I picked this industry because this industry picked me.
You're always in a different place. You're not always in the same place. There are different houses.
I wanted to do it for a career, something I could grow in and make good money doing.
I learn something new every day.
Basically, we do everything, heating and ventilation and refrigeration.
This industry is important because there's always going to be a need for heating and air.
We have more jobs available than we have students every year.
We're constantly needing kids to get involved in apprenticeship and training and coming up and keeping everything moving forward.
I plan to obtain my contractor's license and run my own company.
It's not just the same thing every day. You get to a wide range of projects.
And I think this allows you to have a demand-worthy career, and I think that's probably the best thing.
Anything with air moving, we're responsible for. Heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. Basically anything to do with the airflow in a residential home, commercial business, industrial facilities, the makeup air, the fresh air coming in to the buildings.
I mean, we're accommodating human concerns, which is the creature comforts, and then we're also addressing the operational concerns of business and industry, plants and their processes, which is part of it. Through the mechanical side, which includes the plumbing, which is of course the health and welfare of the public through water protection and supply and disposal. I think it's just a great, prideful trade.
My average day now, since we're a little short on staff, I run the spiral machine, our straight duct machine. I also weld and fabricate, and then when I'm finished with all that, I'll help with the fittings and installation.
Hanging the duct, building the duct, CNC table, cutting the duct out, insulating the duct.
Sometimes you have a crane pick, dropping some units. Sometimes you're hanging duct.
Wrapping the duct, taking it to the job site so they can hang it.
I like working on the big stuff, but we work on everything. You know, anything from somebody's home to big businesses.
I like traveling on the road, going different places, seeing different things. So I don't have to be doing the same thing every day.
There's a lot you can do, specific chillers, specific boilers that you can, focus your attention on that one boiler or chiller and be a really good guy for that.
Taking care of the customers, making relationships with people, but yeah, definitely helping people and working with my hands, and that's kind of my thing.
Specifically plumbing, a little bit of pipe fitting as well. I kind of am still undecided what I want to do for sure, but everybody does a little bit of everything.
It's not all going out, digging ditches and climbing the attics and service work. There are people that carry a briefcase and do control work. They can be in another state and get on a computer and go in and set airflow, superheat, and temperature.
It takes a lot of intelligence and a lot of hard work. I think sometimes there's a bad rap for what these guys do in the field, and sometimes they're dirty, sometimes they're clean, sometimes they're in some really wonderful places. This is a good example. Sometimes it's not so great. But the outcome in making things work and having a pride when you leave that that's been fixed correctly and that things are operating good, and not to mention the pay is really good. It's a good trade. It's needed. That's probably the biggest thing is we've suffering a time when there's more people retiring out of the trade than we can supply.
The demand's going to increase. We're still building houses. We're still building new structures for businesses, and that demand's just going to continue to grow. We've got hundreds of thousands of homes in the Oklahoma City area alone. There's plenty of work. There's more work than can be done really right now with these contractors, employees we have now. So we really need more technicians in the field.
I think there's been such a surge in having young people go into colleges or going to different educational paths that I think this has been overlooked.
We have more jobs available than we have students every year. I run out of students before I run out of contractors. I get phone calls all summer long with contractors looking for somebody to go to work for them. and I'm just out of students. In fact, it's March and I'm just about out of students this year.
I'm trying to get my journeyman license so I can become a commercial technician and then later on move on to make my own company.
So I really want to do commercial because I know that you can make your most money there and, you know, just make a better life for myself as I get older.
I've been around this industry for 15 years plus for my family, and so kind of just having a little bit of knowledge about that, I wanted to get a little bit deeper into that, and it sounded exciting, and so I started my journey.
I like it because there's a lot of things you can do. You're always in a different place, you're not always in the same place, there are different houses. You use your hands a lot, and that's a lot of trades in one.
It's fun. You're not going to see the same stuff every day. It really just makes you think. There is simple stuff to it, but there's also harder stuff, and I feel like it really makes you think a lot and use your problem-solving skills.
Everything that we utilize now to set up systems, to make them work, to make them communicate, really opens the door to a lot of people that I don't think it would have before.
We're a lot more detail-oriented sometimes, and so we can definitely thrive in this industry, and there's several different parts of it, sheet metal and, you know, parts counter. There's so many different things that we can do as a female in this industry, not just a technician.
There's different routes to getting there, but let's just say a regular heating and air conditioning journeyman is a 3-year process working for a licensed mechanical contractor. They have to come up with 6,000 hours. And then we do have other options where you can go to CareerTechs and get formal education. And then contractors would be 1 additional year on top of that. They'd have to have an extra 2,000 hours. So on the Construction Industry Board website, we have a list of approved schools that will give you 2 years towards your journeymans and contractors.
Go through the 2-year program, use your instructor to the maximum amount you can. I mean, just wear him out. You're going to get 2 years towards your journeyman's license with 1 year of hours in class. So it's a 2-for-1. It's a great deal for you. When you graduate, you can actually take that journeyman's test, and then after you put your additional year in the field, that additional 2,000 hours, you become a journeyman if you pass that test as soon as you graduated. So it's a win-win for everyone. We need technicians, we need licensed people out there. It's a wonderful career, and I would definitely do it all over again if I had a choice.